Good evening. How is everybody? It's been quite some time. My name's Caroline Whitehead, and I am here from the Whitehead Files from the Zebra Partnership. And what have we got today? We have got fantastic guests that I've been dying to get hold of. A few years ago, I spoke to her mum, I think around about 2022, and she's such a busy woman that didn't properly get to speak to her in 2023 when she was at the Northern Power Women Awards, but she's here with me, well, virtually anyway. Are you in my green room, Claudia? Let's add you to. Ah, there you are. Hello.
Hello.
Right. So what we've got is Claudia Bartholomew. So I know Claudia from a campaign called Claudia and Caitlin Build a School. Where were you building this school?
So we built this school in Coco, Ghana. Back we started in 2020, and then we finalised in 2022.
That's just absolutely amazing. Let's go back to go forwards. I found out that this was going on online, and I became obsessed in a positive way. I wanted to support you. I was basically cheerleading you all the way, yourself and Caitlin. How did
Yeah.
it come about that you were going to build a school? You just didn't turn up in Ghana and go, do you know what? I'll build a school. Tell us a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah. So in 2018, I actually went with a volunteer organisation, um, and we did lots of different things. And I kind of said to the owner of the organisation, I really have a passion for working with children with special needs and disabilities. And I kind of asked if there was anything of that nature, any kind of schools um, in Ghana that I could go to and volunteer at. And it happened by chance. There was just one quite locally, and this school was, I mean, probably your average size UK classroom for 30 children, all with severe disabilities and special needs. So it was really small, and it was really quite heartbreaking to see all these children kind of pushed back in this dark room in this they were attached onto a primary school, but they were almost
Hmm.
forgotten. um so I think something just clicked in my head, and I was just so passionate about doing it. I kind of just one day said, right, this isn't okay, let's do something about it. And everything happened from there, really.
I mean, I just think that is really amazing. When you finished it in 2022, and I think
Hmm.
you were almost to the end of the build when I spoke to your mum, because you're a Yorkshire lass, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
And so it was just, and your mum was based at home, and you had the pandemic as well to
Hmm.
navigate to get things done, but also as well the red
Yeah.
tape. Tell us a little bit about that.
So back when we moved out there in 2020 with the kind of ambition to stay for a full year and see the whole build. There was a lot of red tape in regards to getting permission, and we had to go to various places, the educational municipal director, um, and then we had to go to almost like the equivalent of the mayor of Nkoko, and it took a long time for us just to get the permission. And then after that we had to get the plans and things like that, and then obviously COVID happened. um so what should have been and taken a year took almost 2 years, almost three. um but we got there in the end.
Yeah, no, amazingly you did. And you did was it a Just Giving campaign? I can't remember what kind of campaign it was. Um
Yeah.
like a fundraising campaign.
Yeah.
What were you asking for? What was going to be helping you?
So we just asked for any kind of support and donations we could get to obviously help build the school. Me and Caitlin gave up so much of our own money and savings, but it wasn't possible for us to do it all ourselves. I sold my car, Caitlin took out some of her savings, and then obviously went online and just asked people if they would help. A lot of my mum's friends and family. So grateful to them because they just they just did. They just donated, and we raised over £25,000 in the end, which was enough for our borehole and then the school as well, and everything inside the school.
Oh, that borehole. Yeah, listening to your mum talk about that, that's what digs the foundations, isn't it? Is that what it was for, the borehole?
So the borehole is for the water. So they drill all the way down so that there's like fresh water right outside the school. So that was the first thing we had to do so that we could start the school, because without that we would have to pay for a water delivery, which would have been very expensive. So we had to establish the
Ooh,
water, and as well, the children hadn't got a water facility. They were traveling like, I think it was equivalent of like a quarter of a mile just to get some water. And obviously,
mm-hmm.
for our children who are physically disabled, that wasn't possible. So they could go the whole school day without having any water. And when you're in such
Oh,
hot weather, it's,
yes.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And there's a bit of a stigma for, with the children that need the SEN support, isn't there as well?
Mhm. Yeah, there's a
Can you explain
massive
a little bit
stigma.
about that?
Yeah, so there's a big stigma in Ghana around um, children with disabilities and special needs, and something that is really important to us is kind of going out into the communities, which we are doing, and teaching people that a child with a disability isn't something to be afraid of. It's not an act of God. It's not because you've done anything wrong in your pregnancy. There's a lot of miscommunication that people think because they did something wrong that their child has Down syndrome or something like that. Um,
Mm,
and we have faced a lot of stigma, and a lot of our children's parents as well face that stigma. Um, Only recently, one of our children got kicked out of their village because of her disabilities, and we actually had to find her a new home, which we did in the end. We found her a new home. We made sure it was suitable for her because she's in a wheelchair. Um, but that's something that's really important to us. We go to local churches and things like that. Um,
mm,
but without the teachers in the school, who are absolutely fantastic, I can't say enough about them. Felicia is the absolute inspiration of me. She's an absolutely amazing woman, and she kind of spearheads everything for us. So she'll also go out into the community and teach about the children, and she'll visit the parents and the families, just try and break down that barrier. And I have noticed a massive difference since when I first went out um, to now. Even just the families of the children, some of our children's families didn't accept them, they now do.
mm.
So it is really nice to see that there is growth there.
Yeah, I've read about Felicia. She's an amazing woman. She is a very amazing
Absolutely.
woman. Um, so in sort of the sort of the first phase as well, I was really proud to um, sponsor donate so that you could get some desks. So I know there's some
Yeah,
zebra desks somewhere
there is. Yeah,
in
we've got little plaques on
which
all of
is
the
so
desks.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, the plaques are just so cute. It's really nice, and we're going to see what else we can do to support as well going forward. Um,
thanks so much.
and the uniforms as well. I just
Yeah.
thought it was just beautiful seeing the young people. Because what I'll do is in the chat I'll put the links to the previous films that we've done
Mhm.
with them in their uniform, the pride that they had
Yeah.
just wearing their uniforms as well. Where did they come from?
So we do like a sponsorship program at the minute where I think Mum organises it. I think it's around £10 a month, and that enables a child to have a new uniform, and then every time they grow out of the uniform, another new uniform, and also school lunch every day. So every time they're in school, they will get a free lunch, because that's not something that's offered in Ghana. Um, and the Felicia, we send the money across. Felicia goes to the shop. She buys the material for them, she gives it to the parents, and then the parents either take it to a local seamstress or something like that. But they are so proud of their school uniform and they absolutely love it. And something so small like that means the absolute world to them. So they are always so
Mm.
grateful for things like that.
And for also, I mean, we think it's quite posh getting the material and having a bespoke
Yeah.
uniform made
Yeah.
for us. It's quite lovely. It's like, you know, but yeah, no, they look great. So of course the school's built, and you need the resources. You've got the teachers. The teachers are amazing.
Hmm.
Um, but then you both had to come back.
Yeah.
How was that? Because you had to come back and leave the school, both of you. So I know Caitlin's gone on to other things, but still keeping an eye on what's going on. How did that feel having to come back?
So we kind of left halfway through the school build because of COVID. And that, to me, that was really heartbreaking. I really struggled with that because I'd set so much on being out in Ghana, and that it was my whole life for the next year. So it was really difficult to obviously have that news, but the whole world shut down. So it's just one of those things that you wouldn't expect to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but we didn't stop for a day. We didn't take a break. We still carried on. Felicia did everything while I was over in the UK. So I'd message her and she'd send me photos and videos, and she really, without her, none of this would have been possible. Um, but it was definitely very difficult. But unfortunately, it was just one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Claudia and Caitlin built a school, achieved, tick.
Yep.
How did how did that try? And it make it sound really easy. I know it was a long slog. How did that transition into empowering all abilities Ghana?
So honestly, after my last trip, it kind of came about, which was last year, around June time. I went out with mum. She saw everything for the first time, and it's kind of about setting up something sustainable so we can keep that school running. Um, it relies heavily on me at the minute, and mum, and donations. So if we have no donations coming in, although the teachers still get paid because that's paid by the government, they don't have the necessary resources. So if any of the children are
Mm,
sick or anything like that, we'll pay for it. If something breaks, we provide that. So empowering all abilities is about setting up that sustainability. So having volunteers come out and help with that. We just have a volunteer house now, so people can come over and they can volunteer with the kids, or they can help us with other construction programs we've got going on, or empowerment in the community, things like that. um, and it kind of just sets us up, and then also there's this support for the teachers as well, because at the minute there's the head teacher Felicia and another teacher, and that's it, and they have over 40 students. Now I know in the UK, if and for an SEND teacher, you wouldn't have that many children in the class on your own, and some days
no.
they do. So it is just about getting that support. And also I would um it was the first thing that I did, and now I'm here doing all this, and I would always encourage people to do something like this and give back. So we just want to create that opportunity for other people, and then obviously help our children at the same time as well.
Yeah. And because I think that is highly commendable, and I say that on purpose because I interviewed you briefly as well at the Northern Power Women Awards, and you received
Mhm.
highly commendable award. For what category was that?
I think it was one to watch. Um,
One to
Off the top of
watch,
my head, it's
and
been a
it's
while
and
now.
that's definitely that's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was it's 2023, so and you've
yeah,
done a lot since then.
absolutely, yeah.
I think you should use this opportunity to appeal to corporates
Yeah.
What would you say or pitch to corporates? Say again what you said in relation to why they should come over and volunteer, because they have their, their cause related marketing. They'll have
Mhm.
their different campaigns that they want to look at an organisation and support. Why should corporates send some of their employees over to volunteer for a time?
I think it just gives somebody an experience that they will never have. I came back from Ghana the first time a completely different person. It changed my conception of the whole entire world, and being, thankful for the little things that we have, because that is such a happy community out there, and not a lot of them have a lot of things. It would provide an amazing experience, and not only would it provide an experience for them, but it would change the lives of so many children and families out in Ghana. Even just one volunteer going out and spending time with people and teaching the community about disabilities and things like that can change, everyone. It's just something I would ask everybody to do if they have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay. And you say your mum's just been out there. Is she going
Yeah.
back again?
She'll go back again. We're going out. Me and my partner are going out in just over a month. She's not coming out this time, but she'll definitely be back. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And can you give us the details of how we can get involved? The website address, any
Yeah.
campaigns that are coming up. Just use this platform to do that.
Yeah, of course. So we have our website, which is eaaghanavolunteers.org. That has all the information on in regards to our volunteering, um, and kind of the projects that we're doing at the minute, because as well as the volunteering, we're also doing toilet projects and building houses for our children and everything. There's loads of things going on at the same time. We also have our social media pages. So on TikTok, we're Empowering All Ghana. Um, Twitter, we are still at Claudia and Caitlin Builder School. Facebook as well, we have Empowering All Abilities Ghana on Facebook, and Instagram is the same as well. So we're promoting everything on there, and then obviously giving people updates as we go and as things change and different projects
Mm.
come up.
Well, can I suggest as well, if you go on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
and the reason why I'm suggesting LinkedIn is you create a All Abilities Ghana page on LinkedIn, because then what you've got is a lot of the corporates that are looking for something like that, but also as well you've got corporates like your African Business Forum and lots of individuals that would connect and thread through and really support you
yeah,
in that way, and you can sort of populate it a bit more. I can sort of talk you through it. That's my contribution to you, a little bit of mentoring in relation to doing that for LinkedIn to connect with the
yeah,
corporates,
that'd be
because
great.
I think the next phase for you is if the corporates have their employees that go out for a term to come back, and they've done something or raised funds for whatever, or brought supplies, things that the young people could have, materials. I know one organisation that works with schools provides uniforms, etc. That could help
Yeah,
as well. There are all these different ways that can be supported. Where there's a will, Claudia,
there's a way.
there is a way, and you have definitely got the will to make this
Thank
succeed,
you.
and it's succeeded already. Our time is
Yeah.
up already. I could talk to you all day, and probably when we go away, I will do. But in the first instance, Claudia Bartholomew, you've done an amazing job, and I know you've
Thank
got
you.
so much more to give, and you're only about 16.
I wish I was 16.
Yeah, you've got so much to give, and you are one to watch. Thank you for talking to me. We got
No,
there
thank
in
you
the
for
end.
having me. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
take care.
Take care.
That was amazing. That was amazing. You know, from age 21, Claudia started this campaign with her friend and has moved it and rattled it on. Please do have a look, find out what they're doing, and try and support. My name's Caroline Whitehead. This is the Whitehead Files from the Zebra Partnership.